Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. To everyone who is watching the replay, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I'm so excited to be here. Natalia, Lanaya, Kiana, Delane, Aurora, you guys are in here. I'm loving it. I'm going to wait a few minutes before, or maybe not a few minutes, but a few seconds before I get started. Let me take this thing off because it's gonna like bang against the table. Can you guys see me okay and hear me okay? Hello. Hello, hello. Can you guys see and hear me okay? Just put like a yes in the chat and let me know. Lanaya, you're funny. Yes, I had to do a little wash and go, whatever, which is so rare because I normally don't do wash and goes, but we did a little, so yeah. But we'll talk about it because I want to show the products that I use for my wash and go. So stay tuned for that. So you guys are already going in the motion. I love it. Where are you guys at? Where, what state, what country? We got South Carolina, we got Connecticut, we got Oklahoma, we got the northern suburbs of Chicago. Okay, Brenda, I love how specific you are. Who else? We have Orlando. Hey, Monique. We have how do you do your wash and go? I'm going to get into it, Rhonda. I'm going to get into the wash and go. I'm going to get into it. We got London. Oh, I want to go to London so bad. I want to go to London this year. Like my passport is begging for a trip. We got Ohio. We got Dallas. We got Cleveland, we got California, we got South Africa, we got the US, we got Maryland, we got Charlotte, we got dry Colorado. It's hot. Northern California. I was just in California 2 weeks ago for CurlyCon, which was amazing, by the way. We got New York City, we got Chicago, Pennsylvania, Sweden. I want to go to Sweden so bad. Maryland, Canada. Okay, I love it. Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, hey, Michigan, if this is your first time joining me live, put a 1 in the chat. Like if this is your very first time joining a Curly Chemistry Live with your girl, put a 1 in the chat. I want to kind of read the room and get an idea of who's here. Patrice, Latanya, Stacia, or Stasia, Kay, Animated Decisions, Carolyn. Okay, awesome. Well, welcome to your first Curly Chemistry Live. As I always say on my live, there is no, I have no agenda here. We're basically here to talk about hair care and scalp care. Sometimes we get into skincare as well, but this is like literally your time to ask me all of the juicy questions. Like if you have had a hard, tough, challenging hair care week, this is the time to vent them, to share them, and I will be happy to help you. Okay, so we're going to get into that. And basically all you're doing is just answering, like asking questions. So if you do have a question for me, put it in the chat below and I will try my very best to answer all the questions while we are together. My goal is to be here for at least 45 minutes to an hour. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. You guys are asking about my hair. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So really quick, this is absolutely a rare wash and go for me. You guys know I don't do wash and goes that often because in the past I would get a lot of fairy knots and breakage from them. But I think because I am doing protein treatments once a month, this wash and go so far has been really nice. Like I haven't experienced any like knots or fairy knots or anything like that. And I think, like I said, keeping up with protein has helped with that. So if you normally do get wash and goes or you do them yourself and you get like kind of fairy knots or tangles or breakage, increase your protein. You should see a difference. Now let's get into the actual products that I use because I only used 2 products to achieve this look, and the curls are giving its definition. We love it. Okay, so I did my wash day as usual. Now, when I got out the shower, right, my hair was it was wet. I did not apply a leave-in conditioner because normally I do like my Apogee, right? But this time I did not apply any leave-in conditioner. But what I did do, I went straight in with a gel. I did it in sections, and I had a spray bottle with water, very handy. So if anything was like getting kind of dry, I could spray my hair. But this is what I use: the Dew Honey Dip Honey Butter Gel. This was my base. This gel was the base that I use right out the shower. So no leave-in, just straight up water on the hair. And I applied this in sections. And I just kind of just raked it through. I kind of did a little praying hands. And in some piece, I just kind of like, I'm going to do a tutorial, so kind of bear with me while I'm describing this. But this is what I use. I really, really like this product. It's very hydrating. Even the ingredients are really good. Like the first ingredient, of course, is water. Then you have glycerin, you have honey, you got aloe. You got some really good polymers in here. One of my favorite polymers is called polyquat 37. And for those who may not know, polymers are ingredients that help with curl definition and hold, but they also have like a bit of a, how can I say it? It creates like a film along the cuticle of the hair, and it helps to smooth the hair as well. And there's polyquat 37 in here. So a lot of that curl definition that you're seeing in my curls is coming from that ingredient that's in this product. Okay. So absolutely yes to this. This is my base. And then, because I said I use two products, right? I followed up with this this mousse, the Chief Rocka, here we go, the Chief Rocka Mousse by the Dew. This is their newest mousse, I believe. It's the Extreme Moisture Mousse, and it's really good. And I just followed up with this. So mousse, in my opinion, should always be after your gel, after your cream, because the mousse itself also has a bit of like that film. So it's going to help to lock in that hydration and lock in that definition as well. So long story short, before we get into these questions, I just use these two products to achieve this look. I don't know why it's so weird. Okay, there we go. To achieve this look. I can't get it. There you go. To achieve this look, I just use these two products, and that's it. So boom, 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 boom. Highly recommend, but we'll talk more about that next week. In the meantime, let's get to these questions. Okay, so let's see. Someone asked me a question way up. And once again, if you're just joining me, just come on in, and if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. How do you do your wash and go? So I just explained that. I have dry patches on my scalp. I'm assuming you meant scalp, Cheryl. So if you have dry patches on your scalp, pretty much it's just a lack of hydration, a lack of moisture on your scalp. You probably need a really good, well, two things. My question to you, Cheryl, would be how often do you wash your hair? Is your core shampoo a hydrating shampoo? That's the first thing I would say. And then the second thing I would also say too is that you could have underactive sebaceous glands. So a lot of times, if you have like a chronic dry scalp to the point that you're seeing dry patches on your scalp, you could have underactive oil glands within your scalp. And the oils that come from our scalp, aka the sebum, that helps to lock in moisture. So it regulates that moisture. So if your scalp isn't giving you enough sebum, you could have underactive oil glands. So in that case, I highly recommend using a scalp serum. I recommend Pattern Beauty scalp serum or Pacifica Scalp Love scalp serum. Both of those are great. You'll find them below in my Amazon store. And then I would also follow up with sweet almond oil or even avocado oil. So you really want to, for you, Cheryl, like, because you have dry patches, you want to look at this as a two-step process. So scalp serum, massage that in really good, and then take a lightweight oil and massage that on top of the scalp serum. And I would do this maybe like once every 2 days. And over time, you should see a difference, and those dry scalp patches should literally disappear like that. So that's what I highly recommend. And keep me posted on how that works for you. Did you cut your hair? It looks shorter and fuller. Hey, Brenda, no, girl, this is shrinkage. This is shrinkage. And I'm loving it though, because it's giving me like a little, kind of like a little bob or something. I don't know. But no, this is shrinkage. Did not cut my hair at all. Okay. What's your thoughts on the ambunu, and would you use it? So for those who may not know, to my understanding, ambunu is like a herb, but it's kind of like it gives you like a mucilage, like very like gooey texture, similar to slippery elm, right? So would I use it? I would use it if I'm into like DIYing at home, or if I want to create my own like detangler or hydrator. Absolutely. I had a client who was actually formulating with ambunu, so I think it's a great ingredient. A lot of hair care brands are not up on that herb. So you may be, getting into something if you want to try it now before other brands, get into it in a sense. But that herb is really good, especially if detangling and hydration is the goal. So absolutely. Great question. What is the best deep conditioner for high porosity hair? Great question. So all the deep conditioners I recommend are in my Amazon storefront below, but all the top of my head, there's a brand called NYC. I want to say it's ENYC. They make a really, really thick deep conditioner for high porosity hair, so I recommend that one. I also really like Devonese, Davines, New Hair Mask, also below in my Amazon storefront. That one's amazing. And then I really like Melanin. The Melanin, I think it's like the Melanin Plumping Deep Conditioner. That one's really good too. Lots of slip, lots of softness. Highly recommend that. And not only for high porosity hair, but also low porosity hair as well. Great question. Is this live? Yes, this is absolutely live. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, you're amazing. You're amazing too, girl. I have a bit of a loaded question. I am using the Michi Tropical Oasis Anti-Humidity Gel. Okay. The instructions mention that we should use it on freshly washed hair. Was that the question? Yes. If I don't know if that's the question or not. I'm trying to see if you had a part two. How important is it to use a leave-in before using the product? Also, how can you tell when your hair is dry when using a gel like product like this one? So if the product is saying like to use the gel directly on freshly washed hair, like for example, this one, this was my base. So I had no I had no leave-in conditioner on. I just used this directly on my hair. And I believe the instructions call for that. So if the brand is saying, hey, use on freshly washed hair, do that, because the formula itself is going to give you the hydration that a leave-in conditioner would. You're going to get the styling in the hold because you're dealing with a gel here, so those polymers are in there. And a lot of times you do get a better wash day when you do use it directly on fresh, wet hair, So if it's saying use a gel, fresh, wet hair, I would do that way. And then to answer your other question, how can you tell when your hair is dry when using a gel like product like this one? So in a sense, gels are going to hold your curls, right? It's going to give you curl memory. So because it has to hold the hair, and polymers do tend to kind of create a little bit of a crunch, that's just the natural styling formation of that type of ingredient. Doesn't mean your hair is dry. I wouldn't say that, because my hair, I mean, my hair is not dry, but because it's a gel, it's going to hold my hair, almost freeze my hair in a sense, where it's, like I said, holding that curl memory, holding that pattern. But if you feel like your hair looks dry or feel dry, you can always use a curl refresher. That can be my hydrating herbal hair tea rinse, aka I'm about to start calling that thing fruit punch, because it looks like fruit punch. I should have brought it downstairs, but it's upstairs. Or it can be water, aloe vera juice, to kind of give your curls like a refresher, to kind of give it some extra hydration if it needs it. So if your hair feels dry, use like a little spritz to kind of wake up your curls, and that's completely fine. Great question. Okay. Let's see. Okay, sorry guys. How often do you protein treatment? I lost where I was. Dang it. Okay, how often do you do protein treatments? Once a month. Once a month, I'll do a lightweight protein. And then every 2 or 3 months, especially before I do a silk press, I will do a hardcore protein treatment. So great. Yeah, great question. But I try to keep it in my regimen pretty consistent. Let's see, I answered that one. Currently, I am wearing a protective style, knotless boho braids, and I'm approaching week 3. However, I'm thinking about after I get my braids removed, what treatment should I use on my hair? Oh, great question. So once you remove your braids, the first thing I would do is do a really, really good deep conditioner. So the 3 that I just mentioned like 5 minutes ago, like the melanin deep conditioner, the Devanese new hair mask, or even Shea Moisture Manuka Honey hair mask, those would be great options, but I would definitely opt for a good deep conditioner. I would let it sit on your hair for at least a good 15-20 minutes. If you have a steamer, even better. But I would really focus on hydration when you get those braids out of your hair, and make sure that you detangle it well to get all that shedded hair, any tangles out of the way. So that's what I recommend. Great question. Protein treatment once a month, yes. Now, keep in mind too, this is a lightweight protein treatment, because you have different types of proteins. You have, your heavy protein like Apogee 2-step. I would not do that once a month. I would not. Unless my hair was like severely, like really damaged, I would do it. But if your hair is not, then I would just say a lightweight protein treatment once a month, because our hair is made up of protein, and a lot of times different styling methods, combing, brushing, can diminish the protein from our hair. So by us doing that lightweight protein treatment helps to restore the hair, and it also actually helps to improve our styling, like our curls. A lot of times if your curls have to look really limp, your hair is lacking protein. So because I want to avoid that, as a prevention method, I do lightweight protein treatments once a month. And that can be Apogee 2-minute conditioner. That can be K18 or peptide leave-in. So either option works completely, but just getting that in your wash day regimen once a month would be really, really helpful. I went to Ulta's hair salon a couple of days ago for the first time. Long story short, I had to go home and redo my hair. Ooh, Ashley, I don't know. I think it depends on the stylist at Ulta. Like I'm not gonna not going to Ulta because I have a friend who used to go to Ulta like religiously to get her hair done, but the stylist, she did a great job, right? So yeah. So I think it just depends on the stylist. I'm sorry you had to experience that, or you had to go home and redo your hair. That sucks. But hey, I think, like I said, it just depends on the stylist at Ulta. So yeah. What's your advice on, oh wait, okay. What is your advice on hair vitamins for growth? I think vitamins play a huge role because, let's be honest, our diet half the time is not always going to give us the nutrition that our body needs. Lord knows my diet all the time does not give me the nutrition that my body needs. So to kind of help to make up for that, that's where vitamins come into play. Now, in the space of hair growth vitamins, you want to make sure it has some B complex vitamins in there, like B5, B12, biotin, definitely biotin for sure. You want to make sure it has some omegas, omega 3s, want to make sure it has some vitamin A, vitamin E, even better if it has pumpkin seed oil in it, like some amino acids. Like vitamins are great. Now, I will say the brand matters, because you can have one biotin brand versus another biotin brand, and this one's not effective. So you want to make sure you're choosing vitamins that are actually efficacious in doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's why I have a part of my Amazon store, I have all the ones I recommend there. There is a brand I really like by Pure. It's called Pure Encapsulations. Like all of their vitamins are high quality vitamins, and you actually see results with them when you stick with it, of course. But Pure Encapsulations, their biotin is really good. They have a hair, skin, nail vitamin. They have a B complex vitamin that I love. So you can't go wrong with Pure Encapsulations. But for the ones I recommend, Amazon store, the link is below in my description box. So definitely check that out. Great question. Looking to get a water filter for the shower. The water is hard. Any recommendations? Until I purchase, should I use certain products to counteract the hard water? Great question. So the water filters I recommend are also, I feel like we're just talking about Amazon all night. I just feel like it. But listen, I got y'all covered. Okay, products, vitamins, Y2 combs, steamers, water filters, they're all in my Amazon store. The link is below. So check that out there. In the meantime, you could use like a detoxing shampoo in the meantime until you get your water filter, especially if you live in an area where your water is like super duper hard. The one I recommend is by K18. And I think Sephora is running their what is it called? The sale that they run like twice a year where like beauty insiders get like 10% off, and the 15 and the 20% off, the Sephora beauty insider sale. I think that's what it's called. But now is the time to get that shampoo because it's on sale. But the K18 peptide prep shampoo, absolutely amazing. I recommend that, and it is a great job at filtering out like hard water minerals off of your hair and your scalp in the meantime. So definitely check out that. And that's the K18 peptide prep shampoo. Great question. Okay, let's see. I want to start doing rapid fire. I want to get through these questions. Okay, let's see. Oh, and this is helpful for you. Please be sure to like this video. We are at 54 likes. If we can get to 100 likes, that would be amazing. So if this has been helpful so far, please be sure to like this video. Thank you in advance. Okay, let's see. I answered that one already. How do you feel about the Kenra 3 Moisture Mousse? I have not seen that before. Let me Google it really quick. Kenra 3 Moisture. It is a mousse. Moisture mousse. See if I can find it. Let's see. I don't know, girl. I'm just seeing the volume mousse extra 17. Is that what you're referring to? Because I don't see what you're looking for or what you're talking about. But I don't know. I don't see it. How do you feel about the Kenra 3 Moisture Mousse? I can't find the product, but the biggest thing that I would look for if I were you, I would look for, of course, the base being water. That's number one. I would look for humectants in that formulation. I would look for panthenol. I would look for aloe vera. I would look for glycerin, right? If it's a mousse, there should be some level of polymers in there to help to, define the hair and bring hold to the hair. Look for things like PVP or polyquat 11, polyquat 55. Like these ingredients would make up a good mousse. So I highly recommend that. Okay, hopefully that helps. But yeah, you can find the ingredient list, post it, and I can scan it that way. But I can't find the formula. But those are some things to look for. All right, let's see. I had a big top after relaxer damage. Okay, I've tried everything. Still very dry and not growing. Please help. Okay, so big chop. Okay, so you're natural. You're natural now. I've tried everything. It's very dry. Okay, so Deborah, my question to you is, what's your regimen, girlfriend? What are we doing? What are we doing on a weekly basis? What are we doing on a daily basis? Like, what are we doing? What's the plan? Okay, so my question to you is, how is hydration showing up in your hair care regimen? Is your shampoo hydrating shampoo? Are you washing your hair once a week? Are you conditioning your hair after every shampoo? Are you deconditioning once a month? How often are you moisturizing your hair in between your wash days? Like a girl like me, I have to moisturize my hair every 2 days. Okay. I'm not the girlie who, I can just moisturize once a week. No, honey, I have to moisturize every 2 days. So my question to you, Deborah, is what are we doing? So one thing I would recommend do, which I think is in the comments below, if not, email me, ilearn@curlychemistry.com. I have a guide. It's a complimentary guide that I give you, and it's the Natural Hair Care Regimen Builder. And it will teach you and literally show you how to build your regimen for your hair based on what your hair needs. Okay. The link should be below. I'm pretty confident it is below, but I want to make sure because I don't want to say that and be a liar. So hold on one second. Hold on. I'm gonna find this for you, Deborah, because you are very special to me. Okay. Hold on. Is this it? Yeah. This is it. This is the link. Let me test it because I want to sing y'all something and it's like not that. Okay. Yay. This is it. Okay. So I'm going to go in the chat right now. Hey girls, hey, hi everyone, hi. I'm like way up in the questions. So whatever y'all putting in there right now, I'm like looking at it right now because I'm like way up in the questions from before. Okay, so this is a link. I'm going to put it right here, Deborah. And for anyone else who wants to get their hands on the natural hair care regimen builder. I have so many ebooks. I be forgetting the names sometimes between me and you. But the natural hair care regimen builder, like I said, it is complimentary. It goes straight to your email, and it will help you break down how to create a regimen based on your hair needs, because we ain't got time to be out here wasting. Okay. Okay. All right. So it's there. I pinned it. It's there. Go ahead, check it out. Okay. Let me scroll back up because I'm trying to be good tonight and answer these questions. Okay, let's see. So I answered that one for Miss Deborah. Let's see. Princess Alushi says the US is banning zinc from dandruff products. Will the alternative be just as effective as the ones with zinc? I did not know that. I need to look into that. I have not heard that. It makes me wonder, is it a rumor or is it actually a thing? But honestly, when it comes to dandruff, if you want more of a natural alternative, the top two ingredients, in my opinion, is going to be apple cider vinegar rinses and tea tree oil. Like those are like the top two natural alternative. Of course, zinc is amazing because it does work, but it can also be drying too on the scalp as well. So it depends on the formula, but if you do have issues with dandruff, the first thing I would say is be mindful of how often you wash your hair, but be mindful of the products that come into contact with your scalp. Like, do you use a lot of oils, a lot of butters, a lot of creams, a lot of gels? Heavy products on the hair are fine to an extent, but on the scalp, for long periods of time, that's going to throw off the scalp microbiome, and that's going to create dandruff on the scalp. So you want to make sure that you are, effectively cleansing your hair, and not with no co-wash. Just don't be co-wash, ain't gonna do it. You want a hydrating shampoo, okay? That's going to effectively cleanse your hair and cleanse your scalp, and that alone is going to help to get the microbiome back down to where it needs to be to remove that dandruff. But in the meantime, while you're in the midst of working through that, apple cider vinegar rinses are a great hack for getting rid of dandruff like that. 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon and a half. You're feeling kind of, frisky, but that's what I recommend. And tea tree oil, you can add a few drops of tea tree oil to your shampoo or even to the ACV rinse to really, kind of double down on the dandruff. So I highly recommend that. Great question. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Can I grow my hair without braiding with my own hair in protective style, except a bun? My hair grew quite long, but I'm losing my edges. I think braids and twists are too much for my hair. Yeah, they may be. They may be. Yes, you can absolutely grow your hair with your own braids and protective styling. Like a lot of the length that I gained last year was from headband wigs. Nothing pulling on my edges, nothing, no trauma, none of that. Just headband wigs. Cause you can put it on, take it off, you still looking cute, preserving the edges, your hair is growing because you're leaving it alone. So headband wigs is my go-to protective style. It is my go-to low maintenance style. I would love for you to try that and see if that works for you, because it may work too. You may like it, you may not like it. It depends, but that's a great option. If you do get braids with your own hair, you can absolutely still grow your hair. Just make sure that you are maintaining scalp care and hair care, because that's going to be important as well. Buns are great. You can even put a little fake bun back there, girl, a little donut bun, and keep your ends tucked in. Like, you have so many options than just like actual professional braids. So I would just explore them, but definitely look into headband wigs. I think that's golden. So yeah. Okay, next question. I have scalp psoriasis. I feel like in order to maintain a healthy scalp, I have to wash my hair 2 or 3 times a week. And do you have any recommendations for treating psoriasis so I can preserve my styles? Great question, Ashley. I love your question. So aloe. It's going to be your friend. And because aloe is very hydrating. Number one, it's going to help with maintain the pH of your scalp, like balancing the pH of your scalp, but it's also very, 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 very anti-inflammatory. Because what's going on right now, sis, is that you have a lot of inflammation going on in your scalp. That's really the culprit, that inflammation. So when I say use aloe, you can do aloe vera juice rinses. Like after you shampoo your hair, do a good aloe vera juice rinse. You can do an aloe vera gel mask on your scalp. Now, yes, we're talking more DIY things that you can do at home, but they work and they're very effective. So I would look into aloe for sure. And I don't know. I don't think this is tied to it, but I would still get some blood work done. I would still get some. Yeah, I would definitely. Oh yeah, I would get some blood work done. I would check your vitamin D levels. Check your vitamin D levels. Ashley, I'm talking to Ashley. Yeah, Ashley, get your vitamin D levels checked because a lot of times people don't realize that a lack of vitamin D in the body, especially D3 in the body, can lead to inflammation in the body. So, oh, that's a whole topic right there. Because I'm thinking about fibroids. I'm thinking about PCOS. I'm thinking about all the things that as Black women that we are deficient in. And because of our deficiencies, all these other instances are rising. But that's a whole nother topic because it's all connected. Oh, I'm getting excited, but it's all connected. But yes, Ashley, I'm off my soapbox. But D3, I would get some blood work done. Make sure your D3 levels are good. If they're not, get on a good D3 supplement. I have one by Dr. Berg that I recommend. His has D3 and K2 combined. K2 helps with the absorption of D3 within the body. So I would definitely get that for sure if you are deficient in D3. And I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it with love because I love you, sis. For the next, if you can, Ashley, for the next I would say the next 4 weeks. I kind of want to say 8 weeks. I won't say that. The next 4 weeks. Don't know what your diet's like, but I would, try to do like low carb. I would do like when I say low carb, I'm meaning like no fried food, no processed food, no sodas, no juices, like none of that. None of that. Because high carb diets will lead to inflammation, especially in the scalp, leading to seborrheic dermatitis, scalp psoriasis. So I would highly just kind of look at those different avenues I just recommended and go from there. But I feel like I should talk more about this because hair care, girl, it's internal. It's not just, oh, girl, I'm about to slap this gel on my hair. I have to put this oil. No. Because a lot of times our body is missing something. And we're out here wasting money if we're not taking care of the culprit, that underlying factor. Okay, I'm getting on my soapbox again. We're getting off. We're getting off. Okay, next question. But hopefully that helps, Ashley. Hopefully that helps. If this is helpful so far, please be sure to like this video. We are almost at 100 likes. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, now the fun part. Where the heck was I? Dang it. Where was I? Okay, I answered that. Okay, Shamar. Hey, Shamar. Shamar says, what's your thoughts on botana oil? Shamar, I have a whole video on botana oil. I think it's great. I think it's a great sealant if you get the oil, like the liquid oil, or it can be a great pre-poo if you get it in its natural state, like in its thicker, buttery like state. But I think it's amazing for the hair. I would say for the scalp too, but in some cases it can be kind of heavy, so it just depends. But I think botana oil is great. I would definitely check out the video that I made on it, where I'm breaking down more like the science behind it and everything. But I would recommend it. I use it from time to time. So yeah, great question. Thank you for the sale last week, and you're welcome, sis. And for those who ordered like the tea and ebooks and consults, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. I cannot wait to just get y'all results and just tell me what you think about the tea and all the things, especially if you're first timer. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you. You had it's a great sale last week. And it came from someone requesting it. I'm like, okay, girlfriend, I got you. So that was the girlfriend hookup sale last weekend. Okay, let's see. I just learned that I have interactive sebaceous glands. My dermatologist even thought it was the opposite. I have an unscented baby petroleum jelly, and that works as well. Interactive sebaceous. I never heard of interactive sebaceous glands. Do you mean overactive? Overactive? I started using botanical oil. I've heard good things about it. Are you familiar with it? If so, what are your thoughts? I just answered that. Can you reverse heat damage? Great question, Connie. Can you reverse heat damage? Yes and no. And I say that because it really depends on the extent of the damage. If your hair is damaged to the core, like, I mean, you got some cortex damage going on, like internal hair damage. A lot of times it's hard to reverse that. And a lot of times you just got to cut it and let time just grow your hair back out. But if the heat damage is not that extensive, then protein treatments will help to get that or help to restore your curl pattern. Now, so yeah. So you can try it. You can absolutely try it. I would go for a peptide, like a bonding treatment versus like a regular protein treatment, like that's like randomly on the market. You know, I would go for a K18. I would go for an Olaplex because of the peptides, which are very teeny, very small. They're going to penetrate a lot deeper to help rebuild up those bonds, to restore those bonds. So I would go for that. If that doesn't work, and I would give that at least a good, try that for at least a good 2 or 3 times. If you see no improvement to your curl pattern, then more than likely it is extensively damaged, but it's okay. Your hair will grow back. I've been there. It's okay. I've been there, So just give it time and you will see restoration of your hair. So yeah. And next time I would say if I don't know like how you got into the heat damage space, but always use a heat protectant. Make sure your hair is strong. Oh, bit my lip. Make sure your hair is strong enough for the heat. But that heat protectant space is going to be very important. And make sure your flat iron is not too high. Like I try not to go over 350. That's where I try to go over. Like over 350, you're asking for heat damage at that point. So just kind of keep that in mind. What fragrance-free products do you recommend? There is a list I actually have a whole list for you too on my Amazon store. I can't think of the name. Is it called Influence? It might be called Influence, but if you go to my Amazon store, below you will see a section that says fragrance-free hair care products. Go there and you'll see the ones I recommend. Do you think stretched natural hair has greater potential to reach longer lengths as opposed to someone who allows heavy shrinkage? I think it depends on the hair. It depends on the hair. It depends on the person. It depends on their technique, to be honest with you. Because how can I say this? Yeah, it depends. It depends because okay. We'll just cut straight to it because I'll speak from my experience. When I started stretching my hair, I started seeing more length, but I also accompanied that with low maintenance and consistent wash days, consistent moisturization. So it's not just about, I'm gonna stretch my hair and it's going to just grow. I had to keep up with all the other things as well. But I also think that formula still works for the ladies who have shrinkage and they're rocking their curly curls. So I don't think it's like one over the other. It just depends on the person's regimen, their technique, and also just their consistency with their hair as well. So because you have somebody out here who got stretch hair and their hair ain't growing because they're not taking care of it. Okay, so it just depends. So hopefully that helps. Great question. I want to order the hair rinse tea today. Are there any promo codes available? Ugh, sis, you missed out on a great sale last weekend. I'm trying to think. I may have one. Do I have one? Try CC15. And I can't believe I'm even saying this publicly, but try CC15. CC15 might work. Try that. What should I use on 4C hair to wear curls out hairstyle like yours? Hey, Sandra. So you probably just joined. I shared earlier, but these are the 2 products that I use for this style. For the wash and go here. Okay. So I use this as my base. This was the first product that I applied. So I wash my hair, condition, freshly washed hair, no leave-on. I keep saying leave-on, no leave-in product, nothing. Just this on damp, wet hair. I did it in sections, had a spray bottle handy just in case it was getting kind of dry, but this is what I used. And I just kind of, shoo, 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 prayer hand, little doo, and then after that, I went in with this mousse by the Dude. So I have the Dude Honey Dip and the Dude Chief Rocka as my my final layer. So gel, then the mousse, and then just kind of did the thingy and the thingy and the thingy, and voila. And we have this. So I really like it. This is what I use. Okay, let's see. Someone's laughing at me. Am I funny? I don't even know what I am sometimes. I think I am interesting. Okay, Poppy Flower. I like your name, Poppy Flower. I use the unbrushed, but every time I get a trim, I have mechanical damage to my ends. Any recommendations for detangling tools? Poppy Flower, I love your question because I tried. I promise you, I'm well. I tried the unbrush this past week, and I was not a fan. Where did he go? Okay, we go. I was not a fan. I was disappointed. And this just comes to show that just because something goes viral and everybody and mama's talking about it, doesn't mean it's always going to be the best thing since sliced bread. Maybe the unbrushed works for some of the other curly girlies, but it ain't work for me. And I'm like, this ain't it. So I'm going back to my old faithful, which is the Tangle Teaser Wide Tooth Comb. That's my go-to for detangling in the shower, detangling outside the shower, detangling on dry hair. Like, that's my go-to. I'm not a detangling brush kind of girly. Give me a wide tooth comb. And I ain't talking about them little combs that be like this. Talking about some, oh yeah, we're wide tooth. Nah, bro, you ain't no wide tooth if you ain't like this. So that's just what I use. But the Tangle Teaser wide tooth comb, I got the purple one. They got purple, pink, and lime green, but the purple one's super cute. That I recommend. And it just detangles so well, and it doesn't snag your hair because mechanical damage is a thing. It's a thing. And it can actually create holes in the cuticle, leading to frizzy hair and moisture loss, tangles, all the things. And that's why protein is so important on a monthly basis, because like I said, when you comb your hair, brush your hair, that can create mechanical damage. But doing a lightweight protein treatment once a month will help to restore. It fills in the little patches that mechanical damage can make. So it's kind of doing patchwork, so helping to restore the hair. So don't be scared of protein, y'all. It's your friend. It's your friend. But great question. But yeah, the unbrush, nah, bro. Okay, next question. Can I do hot oil treatment and deep conditioner together? Ooh, or do they need to be separate? Girls, Stacy, yes, you can. Absolutely. You can do deep condition, rinse, and then hot oil treatment, rinse or not rinse if you want to, or you can combine the two. That's the beauty about deep conditioning and oils. Like, you can really find that cocktail, that layering technique that works best for your hair. So try it. And one thing I will say, y'all, about this natural hair care journey, it is trial and error. You will constantly be learning. My hair likes that, or my hair don't like that. When I tell you how many things I'm constantly learning about my hair, like, it's crazy. So try it. I encourage you, Stacy, try the hot oil in the DC and send me an email and let me know how it works for you, because I might try that too. Okay. Next question. Okay. I answered that already. For product shelf life, we're off. Okay. For product shelf life, if it doesn't have a seal like deep conditioner, how do you know when it's not good anymore? It doesn't have a seal, meaning like you brought it and there was no seal on it. Is that what you're referring to? If that's what you're referring to, then that's always tricky, because you don't know if someone contaminated it, or, because, people be doing stuff. But as far as how to know if something's not good anymore, there should be like a shelf life on there, and I'm trying to see if I can find one here, because sometimes it varies depending on the brand, because some brands will actually put expiration dates on it. Some brands we'll just put the batch number on it. Like this one, I'm trying to see what they have on here. They don't really have expiration date. Yes, it does. So 12 months. See a little thingy? Can you see it? So that's 12 months, meaning after a year, this is no bueno. We can't use this after a year, girlfriend. Okay. So I will look for that. But of course, if you start seeing some nasty stuff growing in there or starts to smell kind of off, trash it. Trash, trash, trash. If you start seeing the formula separate, trash it. Like a yellow layer and then a liquid layer, and that's not how it's supposed to be formulated, trash it. Because not at that point, it's no longer stable. So I would just trash it. Okay, great question. Ooh, we're at 123 likes. If we can get to 150 likes, that would be so great. So if this has been helpful for you so far, be sure to say thank you by putting a like on this video. It's super free. It costs no money. So hit the like button, sis or guy, okay? All right, let's get back to these questions. Okay, answer that. What happens if you do a protein treatment and your hair doesn't need it? If your hair doesn't need it, then nothing bad's gonna happen, you know, unless you're like using like hardcore protein like week after week after week after week, then that's different. But if you're just using like a regular lightweight protein treatment and your hair doesn't need it, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Now, if you start noticing like your hair starts to get really stiff or it gets really crunchy and dry or breakage out of nowhere, then I would say scale back for sure. But in most cases, like that lightweight protein treatment is not going to hurt your hair. So yeah, great question. Should we buy products that don't have expiration dates on them? I wouldn't say don't buy them because most brands are not going to say expires June 2026 like food. But like I said, you will see this little, you know, number here. Where is it? Here. You will see this number here will let you know, like I said, the shelf life of it. And then in some cases, if you really want to, you can contact the brand and say, hey, I have your product. It has batch number 12964 for the honey dip butter gel, honey butter gel. Can you confirm to me the exact date of its expiration? You can ask that. Y'all have a lot of power. As consumers, we have a lot of power. And one thing I will say too, if you are on someone's website who's selling a hair care product, a skincare product, and they don't list out the full ingredients, number one, I look at that as a red flag, but that's just me and my cosmetic chemist brain. But you can reach out and ask them, like, hey, can you tell me the full ingredients of your product? Because you have the right to know what the heck you are purchasing. And that's a pet peeve of mine. Like, I get it. For a brand, you want to highlight the marketing ingredients. You want to talk about the aloe vera and the peppermint and the, mango butter, but that's not the formula. That's just your marketing. I need to know the surfactants. I need to know if your thing properly preserved. You know what I'm saying? So ask the questions. And if you don't see the full ingredients, that does raise an eyebrow, but you can ask as well. So don't be scared. You guys have so much power when it comes to like getting this information. You can, yeah, because I love y'all. And we're locked in. You can even ask a brand about if they've done like any type of like allergen testing, like for real. And if you really, we got 172 people in here. Okay, we can keep this together, just us. If you really want to make, them like, who should she asking us these questions? Ask them this. Hi, have you guys done a human repeat insult patch test? Have you done a human repeat insult patch test? HRIPT. They're gonna be like, excuse me? So that is like the allergen test. And if a brand doesn't always, let me scale it back. Not all brands do this, but it is recommended. It is recommended. Like when I worked at Burt's Bees, the lip balm company, we were pretty animate about HRPT testing because we want to make sure that whatever we put out there is not going to, break someone out, create a rash or an irritant, so like, have you done any level of allergen testing, skin irritation testing? You can ask these questions, but don't let me get other brands in trouble. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep my lips closed. But it's something, it's something to know what you guys have the power to know. You guys can ask these questions. All right, I got distracted. Let's get back to the questions. Okay, where was I? Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to find where I was. Okay, I answered that. How to moisturize my natural hair daily without clogging my scalp? Oh, that's a good question, Luana. So here's the thing. So when you're using like a moisturizer on your hair, right? Technically, it's just on the length of your hair. So when I take my cream-based moisturizer, I'm just focusing on like the length, right? I'm just on the length. I'm not taking that cream and going like that and going like that. I'm not doing that. So I'm focusing on hair got my eye. I'm just focusing on the length of my hair, So the product technically doesn't really come into contact with my scalp. The only time a product ever really comes into contact with my scalp is if I'm shampooing my hair because I'm putting it directly on my scalp, or if I'm oiling my scalp. And even if I'm oiling my scalp, I'm using a light amount and I'm using a lightweight oil. So there's that. Now, if you do notice that, man, like no matter what, my scalp is just always oily, like it's just, you could have overactive sebaceous glands, like overactive oil glands. And then in that case, it could be a hormonal issue. It could be hormonal, but you may need to just increase your wash days as well and definitely clarify at least once a month, But as far as moisturizing on a regular basis, I just focus on the length of my hair. I don't really necessarily put it directly on my scalp. So great question. How often should I wash fine natural hair each month, and what products do you recommend? It's a great question. So if you have fine natural hair, I would still treat it as thick natural hair, because when it comes down to it, it just comes down to your scalp. And because you have fine natural hair, you are more prone to buildup than I am because my hair is not fine. So you really want to make sure that you are, keeping up with your wash days. I think once a week works, or you can even do once every 2 weeks. That works too, so kind of find what fits best in your schedule. And as far as products that I recommend, all the ones I recommend are below in my Amazon storefront. But since I have you here, a good shampoo that you can check out is the As I Am Long and Luxe shampoo. Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight, amazing formulation. A good conditioner could be As I Am Long and Luxe conditioner. What else do I really like? Oh, Melanin Deep Conditioner. Even though it's a deep conditioner, you can still use it as a conditioner as well. Aussie Moist is good. Pattern Beauty conditioner is also really good too. So you have some options. So yeah, definitely check those out. Great question. Any suggestions on how to stop shedding? I was diagnosed with CCCA and have done the clobetasol, ketoconazole. Shedding is not as bad, but I still have some. Yeah. So if it's okay on how to stop shedding, and I'm so glad you talked about CCCA because I'm kind of throwing this idea out here. I don't know if she's even on here, but I am going to start bringing other people on here with me in like an interview format. Let me pause for a second. Let me get your opinion. Like, would you guys want to see me talk to other people? So it's like, it's me, but then it's just somebody else here too. Because I had a great conversation with a young lady. She interviewed me. So that's coming out this Saturday, but just hearing her story, because she also had CCCA and her hair looks great. And I'm like, girl, you need to come on my channel and talk to my girlfriends and tell them your journey and how you overcame hair loss. So I'm like, this could be a series. I think it'll be so dope to have other people. And they don't have to, I mean, they can be other professionals too, but then they can also be people who are like, listen, I had XYZ and this is what I did to overcome it. So a lot of you guys are saying yes. I think that'd be super. Yeah, I think it'd be absolutely great too. So yeah, we're gonna do that. But yes, I think that'd be really, really great. But to answer your question, sis, about the shedding in the meantime, the good news is that you're seeing less shedding. So over time, that will continue to, get decreased. But in the meantime, I would, if you don't have my hydrating herbal hair tea rinse, I would get your hands on my tea rinse because I have 8 different herbs in there. And basically, it helps to reduce excessive shedding, especially with that green tea and that nettle and that horsetail. Amazing for stopping excessive shedding. So I would definitely do that. And of course, I'm always going to say this, check your iron levels for sure. Check your iron levels, but that can also lead to excessive shedding as well. Okay. So hope that helps. Any questions, just let me know. Great question. Why does, let me drink something. Why does beef tallow, like waxes and grease, cause such dramatic hair growth? That's a good question. I noticed just I braid my hair with grease. It grows like I'm doing something special. It's interesting because there are some people who do not like grease at all and they see no results, but you are using grease and you love it and your hair is growing. So it could be, I don't know. I think it's interesting, as far as the beef tallow goes, what's coming to my mind is like protein and collagen and amino acids that's like nourishing the follicle, that's strengthening the follicle, keeping the hair in the anagen phase a whole lot longer so you're able to see more hair growth. That's just my theory, but I could be wrong, but that's just my theory. So I'm going to write it down and do some research because I really want to learn more about this topic because I've seen beef tallow in the hair care space. I mean, not a lot, but it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. So I think it's worth mentioning, but that's kind of like my theory, like my little hypothesis of what I think is going on because listen, that's why collagen peptides are so important. Like if you notice women who start taking collagen peptides, their skin starts to just glow. Their hair starts to have such a nice sheen to it. It's just amazing. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's going on. Grease is also an occlusive ingredient. So it does a great job at locking in moisture. And when you have increased moisture, you also have less breakage. And when you have less breakage, you have length retention. So I think that's what's going on with the grease. But the beef tallow, I'm thinking protein, collagen, amino acids, but that's 2 different topics there. But I love it. So I'm excited. I wrote it down. So stay tuned. Okay, next question. Okay, I always get this question on here. Can you explain briefly what the difference between bond repair and protein treatments are? So technically, bond repair is a protein treatment in a sense. So you have amino acids and you have peptides and you have proteins, right? So we have proteins, well, hydrolyzed proteins. They are tiny proteins, but they're not as tiny as peptides. Peptides are always going to be like a smaller, teeny tiny protein. And I guess to kind of give you like an example, like Lord knows I love to draw. This is not a very good representation. It's fine. You guys, hold on. Let me write this out so this makes sense. Don't make fun of my chicken scratch. But this is just to kind of give you an idea of the size difference, okay? So here we have the hydrolyzed collagen, and you have the peptide, right? So this is significantly smaller. I can't even draw. This is so embarrassing because I'm like, it's weird, but you go try to see. The peptide is small. So because it's so small, it can penetrate a lot deeper than the hydrolyzed protein. Now, hydrolyzed proteins are still good. Apogee 2 minute, Apogee 2 step, full of hydrolyzed goodness, right? So it's going to help to repair the hair from the outside and also internally. But the peptides, they go deep. And that's why they call bond repairs, because they tend to repair the bonds, like those sulfide bonds within the hair. So you're just getting better penetration. And that's why I said if you have like heat damage or chemical damage, a lot of times the bonding treatments, the peptide treatments are going to get in there a little bit more and, you know, restore the hair from the inside out. So that was a very long-winded response, but hopefully that makes sense. Great question. We need these conversations. Great idea. Okay, great. Awesome. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to try to do rapid fire because it's literally 8 o'clock. Time goes by so fast when you're having fun. Okay, where was I? Black girl vitamins are good. Listen, can we talk about the black girl vitamins? So they sent me their D3 vitamins. And I have to be careful because I'm not a gummy vitamin girl. I will eat them like they're gummy bears. The first day I got my little black girl vitamin, the D3, I think it's like what, mango strawberry flavored. I had 6. The serving size for one day was only 2. Why did I have 6? Because they taste too good. So that's my problem. Like, okay, you be effective, but why you gotta be so tasty? Like, I think I have 4 today. Like, is that bad? Like, don't give me no gummy vitamins. I don't mind doing a video. I don't mind talking about the science, but me in my house, I'm gonna eat them things like they're gummy bears. But that's my problem. That's not their problem. That's my problem that I have to work on because that's not very safe. That's not very safe. So that's why, yeah, I digress. But yeah, but they're good. They're very good. Okay, next question. Have you heard about stem cell smoothing treatment? And if so, do you think it would be beneficial for tightly textured, curly, coily natural hair? I've never heard of stem cell smoothing treatment. Stem cell smoothing treatment. Let me see. Let's see what it's all about. It's giving keratin vibe. It's giving Brazilian keratin treatment vibes. Reduces frizz, strengthens the hair fiber, smooths the hair. Oh, you can get it off Amazon. It's on Amazon. I think it's interesting. I would have to look more into this, sis, to really understand the science behind it. But it's giving Brazilian keratin treatment vibes, but without the formaldehyde. Like that's what it's kind of giving me. But I could be wrong. But I'm going to look into it. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down. Stem cell smoothing technology. And if anyone here has done that before, like please comment, like let us know like what your experience was. But it's interesting. Is your hair a wash and go? Yes, Mia, it is a wash and go. Okay. All right, let's start. Okay, let's do rapid fire here. Okay. My PCP told me to stop taking biotin. I side-eyed her. My dermatologist told me the same the week before. Both are African-American female. Did they say why to stop taking biotin? Did they say why? Did they give you an explanation as to why? That's my question. Like, why? Why am I stopping this? For what? For what? Because I found out, now this is just me. 2 years ago, I was deficient in biotin and my hair was shedding like crazy. And I really wish I filmed that time of my hair care journey, but I honestly was like, the heck? But no, like I was deficient in biotin and my hair was shedding like crazy. And I had to put biotin back into my vitamin regimen. And I do to this day. So my question would be, why they tell you that? You know, like I would dig deeper into that. Okay, my hair is salt and pepper, but my gray is brassy. I used to dye my hair with henna, but since I stopped dyeing it, I want my gray to be silver, not brassy. What can help, sis? I don't know. I try to stay in my lane when it comes to like coloring and whatnot. Henna does help in a sense, but of course you always risk, you know, that burgundy tint. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Brenda. I'm not sure. There is a page on here. I can't remember her name. And she's a girlfriend too. I feel so bad. But she creates videos for like women who have like silver hair, grill hair, gray hair, silver hair. She has some great content and I can't think of her name. Oh, Silver Sisters. I think it's Silver Sisters. I think that's her name. Silver Sisters. She's from Israel and her hair is beautiful. And she talks about like caring for gray hair, how to enhance it, all the things. But type in Silver Sisters hair care or natural hair care on YouTube and she should pop up. All right, answered that already. My scalp is healthy. It's the brassiness that concerning to me. I'm 68. I think I just answered that too about the Silver Sisters. You're asking a natural hair person about a perm. Sis, I used to be relaxed, so it's okay that she asked me that. That's okay. Listen, I've been there, done that. So even though I'm natural now, if y'all got some relaxed hair care questions, some perm, I can answer because I was relaxed the majority of my life. So, and I had healthy, relaxed hair, and I got the receipts to prove it. Go back to my old videos back in 2010, 2011. So it's okay. Please feel free to ask me the relaxed for perm questions. I've been there. Okay, next question. Answered that already. How long can you keep a shampoo? Like I said, it depends on the shelf life that's provided on the bottle. Okay, let's see. Can pure glycerin have damaging effects on your hair? Pure glycerin? I would always dilute it. I would dilute your glycerin. And you can dilute, I mean, if you're doing DIY at home, I would dilute it with like a water aloe vera juice. But I wouldn't use pure glycerin directly on the hair. I would always dilute it with something. Do you know any companies that give free sample products? I don't know any. I mean, I think some small brands are just starting out will give free sample products, but I don't know any. I don't. You can Google that though. I would say like natural hair care products, free samples and see what pops up, or even YouTube, like natural hair care, free sample products and see what pops up there. But as far as like off the top of my head, I don't really know any, unfortunately. But I will say this too. If you buy products from like Ulta or Sephora, try it, buy it and try it. And if you don't like it, you can get your money back. So that's something to keep in mind. But don't like, use it where like down here, like try it once or twice, and then return it if you don't like it. So you can also do that too. What's your thoughts on MSM? I'm taking it for a month. Do you like it, Connie? That's the question. Like, are you seeing results with it? I think MSM is great. It does help with restoring the hair. Because parts of our hair is also made up of that sulfur component. So you do get benefits of using MSM. Is it like a need? Like you have to have it like as a supplement? Not necessarily, but it's one of those things where people talk about for hair growth. So I think it just varies per person. Like I used to use sulfur like back in the day. I used to use actual yellow sulfur and mix it into like an oil and put that on my hair. But I didn't see much results with it. So there's that. But yeah. What do you think of the brand Pura Dior? It has the most clean ingredients I've ever seen. I've never tried Pure Dior or seen it. What I would do though is look at the reviews and see how other people are experiencing that product. But I have never heard of that one before. And that's the beautiful thing about the beauty industry is that there's so many products to choose from, which can be a little overwhelming. Oh wait, I have seen them before. I haven't used them, but I have seen their products before. Let me see if I can find an ingredient list. I can kind of briefly look at it for you. I can find it. Okay, let's see. Shampoo. Ooh, they got aloe vera as the first ingredient. I love that. Okay, so yes, the shampoo. They got some really good cleansing surfactants, and they got a cationic ingredient. We love that. The conditioner. Okay, they're leading with aloe vera juice, and they got the hint of ammonium chloride. Okay, yeah. So that pure natural, I would try them. They got some really good ingredients. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. The nerd in me is interested in you making a video explaining ethnicity hair types and why some hair types look a certain way when they both may have high porosity, low porosity, dry, or damaged hair or damage. That is it. That would be an interesting video. That would be an interesting video. And a number of things, play into like the texture and the visual look of someone's curl pattern. I mean, it can be their environment that they live in, because environment played a huge role in hair styling, hair texture, curl pattern, hydration, length retention. So it can be environment, absolutely can be genetic, could be diet, can be water, like hard water versus soft water. So there's so many dynamics that play a role in someone's texture, because you can have two people who are 4C high porosity, but their curls look completely different. Their styles look completely different. So it can be a number of things. It can also be the products that they're using too. So there's a lot of different dynamics that determine the look of someone's texture, even if they are the same ethnicity. So it is interesting and definitely worth exploring. Should I worry if they are lying? If who's lying? Who lying, Tiffany? A company market 5% of each of their standout ingredients in their product. However, the ingredients aren't near each other on the ingredient list. One of them is far down to the bottom. Should I worry that they're lying? Ooh. Let me reread this. A company markets 5% of each of their standout ingredients in their product. However, the ingredients are not near each other on the ingredient list, and one of them is far down to the bottom. I would see that as a red flag, for sure. I would, for sure. And here's like a little, not really a secret, but the goal is to find the 1% line. Every formula has a 1% line. So I'm looking at the dough, I keep saying the Dew Honey Dip hair gel, right? Their 1% line is typically going to be where extracts start at, fragrances, preservatives. That's usually where that 1% line. And that means that anything under that line, anything after that, is going to be less than 1%. And a lot of times, let's be real, extracts are pricey. They cost a lot of money. Like when I was formulating, like when I was in the industry, there were times where a pound, like 16 ounces of some random extract could be $1,000. $1,000 just for 16 ounces of an extract. So guess what? We wasn't putting that thing in there at 5%. No, we were putting that thing in there at like 0.001%. So could they be lying? They could be lying, okay? They could be, because 5% and then they like all over the place. I don't know. Because if it's 5%, like let's say 5% glycerin, 5% honey, 5% decoglucoside, 5% benzoammonium chloride, like they're going to be very close to each other in that 5% range. They're not going to be like, do, 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 do. So I don't want to say they're lying, but it is a red flag. So I want to ask who the brand is, but I ain't going to be petty. I won't ask. But I do want to know. But I don't want to know. Don't post it here publicly. But that is a red flag for sure. Faux show. Would you consider creating a hair care ingredient dictionary showing what common hair care ingredients are for and what they're girl? Christine, it's already done. It's done. Let me put the link in. I already have a hair care library or hair care ingredient library. I will post it in the chat, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm so proud of it. There it is. So anything you can think of: emulsifiers, oils, cleansing surfactants, conditioning surfactants, preservatives, clays, liquid hydrators. It's all in there. So it's right there. Check it out. Is there a special ingredient you recommend if I want to make a natural shampoo that's moisturizing? A special ingredient? Yes, definitely aloe. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for aloe. Panthenol, which is a B vitamin. It's going to strengthen the hair, but not to the point where it's like going to make it hard. But it's also a humectant too. So it's going to draw moisture into the hair, into the scalp too. And if you want to be a little skintification, I would add maybe like some hyaluronic acid as well, which is a super powerful humectant. So I would do those three. And I would do like silk amino acids as well. That's a really nice ingredient. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do. All right, let me see before I hop off here. My natural hair is fairly short. Whenever I put on, it gets on the scalp easily. How can I prevent this? I would use lightweight products. I would use mousses. Mousse, is that a word? Mousses. I would use a mousse. I would use a liquid leave-in conditioner. I would use a lightweight oil. Like I wouldn't use any heavy products right now because your hair is short and so close to the scalp. But if you do use like heavy products, just make sure that you're keeping up with your wash days and you should be completely fine. But in the meantime, you can definitely explore lightweight products for sure. Hot oil and oil rinse the same day. I think it's overkill. I would just choose one. Just choose one. If it's your wash day, just go for a hot oil treatment. Hot oil rinse, hot oil treatment. What in our hair is actually missing that could make our hair naturally very soft? What components is missing? I wouldn't say what components is missing. It's just more so how our hair is naturally, like the texture. We have curls, we have coils, we have kinks, we have these really unique patterns, So it makes sebum, which would be the natural moisture locking mechanism that our body has, difficult to coat the entire length of our hair because of all the twists and the turns and all the that's going on, right? So we kind of got to help it. So I wouldn't say a component is missing. It's more so just the natural makeup of our hair, right? On top of that, our hair is like a sponge. It's also like a plant. It absorbs, So, and it's a living thing. So it has to be cared for. So because of its natural makeup, because it is porous, we have to give it moisture, just like a plant. You got to water it every day or every other day, or it's going to get dry. The plant isn't missing anything. The plant's not missing a component. It's just its natural makeup of how it is. It's how God made it. So that's how I look at our wonderful crown and glory, So just water it. Water your crown and it will grow. It will grow. Okay, great question. Do you think 10,000? Do you think 10,000 mcg biotin daily is too much? It's hard to know, as some say it causes terrible breakouts or GI distress. Where is my doctor? Where is my doctor at? Like, doctor, we have questions here. Are you watching? Because we have questions here. But seriously, 10,000 mcg biotin I think it's a lot. I think it's quite a lot. Now here's the thing I will say too. And this is why I wish doctor was here. Biotin is a water-soluble vitamin. So it's not going to really stay in the body very long, Oil-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, omegas, they will stay in the body a lot longer because they are oil-soluble. B vitamins, like biotin, for example, is a water-soluble vitamin. So our body typically takes what it needs and then it flushes out whatever it doesn't need, in our urine, like we pee it out. So in a sense, I want to say, your body will just release it because it's water soluble, but I still feel like 10,000 mcg biotin is a lot, so I would just be very, very cautious with that. Great question. All right, let's see. Loving the hair. How do you tell what the percentage is on the ingredient in a product? So you can't, that's the thing. So I know because I've been in the industry for over 9 years. So it's just experience, it's formulating. I know that if I see phenoxyethanol, I know that's going to be in there around 1%. I know it's not going to be in there at 5%, you know? So it's just knowing ingredients and knowing the percent usage that just over time and with the work that I do, you know? But, you know, I will say, like I said, look for extracts, preservatives. That's going to be that telltale sign of that 1% area. That's the best way I can kind of describe that. But that's a great question. Great question. Maybe I should try cutting sugar out of my diet. I have a bad sweet tooth. I'm addicted to sugar. Yeah, that could be it too, sis. I don't remember what your question was earlier, but if it is tied to anything like excessive shedding or a scalp condition, or you're seeing slow hair growth, you know, definitely cutting sugar out can help tremendously. What could cause hair to be dry no matter what you put on it? How often your moisturizing schedule? My hair is dry. So you, Shan, should do the strand test. I talked about this on my last live on Instagram last week, but I would do the strand test. And basically what that is that you take a strand of your hair and you pull it. If it breaks immediately, that means that it's lacking moisture. It's not a protein issue, it's a moisture issue. You need to increase your deep conditioning. You need to moisturize your hair more often. You need to wash your hair more often. Your hair needs hydration. That's if you pull it and it breaks instantly. But let's say you pull it and it doesn't break instantly, but it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling, and then it eventually breaks. Then it's a protein issue. That means your hair needs protein because you lost that structure. Hence the reason why it still is too flexible, you know, so it could be a protein issue. If you stretch it and it like comes right back like, then more than likely your protein moisture is balanced and you're good to go. But it sounds like it could be a moisture issue. I don't know how often you wash your hair. I don't know how often you moisturize your hair between your wash days. Are you sealing that moisture in with the oil? You know, because water alone, moisturizer alone, a lot of times doesn't do it. We have to seal it with an oil or butter or hair grease in some cases. So it can be like little small changes like that. Okay, let's see. Let's answer a few more questions and then I'm going to go ahead and get off. But I will be back next week. Not here, but on Instagram, I'll be back next Thursday. So if you are on Instagram, be sure to join me next week around the same time, 7 o'clock on Instagram next Thursday. So let's answer a few more questions, then we're going to go ahead and hop off. And for those who are just joining or you just joined recently, I am going to keep this live up so you can always watch the replay. Best oil for detangling. That's a good question. I like oils that are high in oleic acid, and that's going to be your sweet almond oil, definitely sweet almond for sure, avocado, and olive oil. If I had to choose just one oil, I would choose sweet almond oil. I think sweet almond oil has me in a chokehold right now. I just love sweet almond oil. I would spritz a little bit of your hair with like with water or even like a liquid leave-in conditioner, and then follow up with that sweet almond oil. Put your hair in sections and detangle it that way, starting from the ends and gently work your way up. And I don't recommend detangling with a Denman brush. I just don't. Every time I see a Denman brush, I think about like I just think about knives, just cutting the hair. And I guess, and let me just say this, they do work for some people. They do work. They're great for wash and goes, for getting the curls to be like, but detangling with a Denman brush, I wouldn't recommend that. What are your thoughts on the Avalon texture release system? I have to look at the ingredients, but it just sounds like a texturizer to me. It sounds like a texturizer. I'm twisting my hair and using the Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In and Shea Pro. My hair feels so soft. I also brought the Blue Magic Hemp Seed Grease. I love it. Thank you for always giving great advice. You're welcome, sis. And that's a good combo. I love that combo. That Apogee leave-in and the Shea Pro. That Shea Pro is nothing to play with. If you have high porosity hair, and even if you have low porosity hair and you're looking for a good moisturizer that softens the hair, get your hands on the Apogee Shea Pro leave-in conditioner. That thing is good. It's good. Now, I will say you want to keep up with your wash days because they have a styling polymer in there. I think it's polyquad 37. So that can leave a little bit of buildup over time. But if you are consistently washing your hair, you're good to go. You're good to go. But that product is good. It's really good. And you're pairing it with hair grease. Girl, you're going to have some moisture for days. I love that. That's a good combination. I'm going to have to try that. It's a good combination. What do you think about red light therapy, eye restore? Hey, Carlene, I did a whole video on eye restore, red light therapy. It's under, I think it's under advanced hair growth solutions or hair growth techniques, but you can find it. I posted it like 2 weeks ago, but look for that video. I talk more about it there. But I think red light therapy is a great option for sure, especially when it comes to restoring the hair, waking up the follicles in a sense, because how it works is that it activates ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is kind of like the energy for the follicles to do what they need to do to grow. So that's what red light therapy does. But I recommend, I think it's great. The coupon code in that video should still be active. So if you want to try it, use that coupon code GROW, because I think you get at least $300 or $400 off of that device with the code that I have. So it's in my YouTube channel. Just look for advanced hair growth techniques. I did it 2 weeks ago. You can find it there. My mom's hair is gray all over, but it's sorry, I got distracted. My mom's hair is gray all over, but it's sparkling white, shimmer lights. That's great. I don't know what to say. That sounds really pretty though, honestly. Like, sounds really, really pretty. I think when my hair starts growing gray, I'm just gonna let it grow. Like, I don't think I'm gonna dye it black or brown. I'm just gonna let it be what it's gonna be. Might be out here being salt and pepper shaker, but I'm just gonna let it be. But I think that's beautiful. Okay, thank you, because like everything else, the marketing of biotin is overwhelming. Girl, a lot of times this whole industry is overwhelming. Products are overwhelming. But I'm happy to be here to help and be a voice of reason here. So yeah. Okay. I'm about to hop off here in a few minutes. Okay. My scalp is sore in the crown area. Is this a sign of anything? Mostly on wash days. So not sure if it's just, it hates being wet for an extended time. Oh, excuse me. That's a great question. So a lot of times, if your scalp is sore to the touch, it probably got irritated somehow. Braids, tight pulling, tension, styling can lead to that soreness. Inflammation can also lead to that soreness in the scalp as well. I would monitor it though. I would definitely monitor it. I don't think the water is the issue, but I would definitely monitor if you notice that, it gets worse, and also monitor what you do around that time leading up to feeling like the soreness on the scalp, because that'll pretty much tell you what exactly it is, like what's going on. So hopefully that helps. When will you be in LA? I was just in LA 2 weeks ago. I went to CurlyCon LA and it was amazing. It was so good. And I look forward to going back again, hopefully next year. If you guys are in the LA area, definitely go. Sign up for VIP, because I came home with like luggage full of free product. Well, not free because you pay for it in VIP, but it's so worth it. But CurlyCon LA was a vibe. It was amazing. So that's when I was in LA 2 weeks ago. But I love LA. I really do. Like, I want to go back for like just to go, because I feel like the last 3 times I've been, it's been like work related or conference related. So hopefully I get the chance to go back sometime this year. What do you think about the Tangle Teaser? So which one? The regular little Ninja Turtle looking one? I used to use it like way back in the day when I first went natural, but I don't use it anymore. But I do like the Tangle Teaser. Wide tooth comb. I do like that. The Tangle Teezer wide tooth comb. I do like that. Try saying that 4 times. Thank you so much. Is the Pacifica Rosemary Mint Scalp Serum considered a lightweight product? Yes, it is. My doctor told me to take biotin within 2 hours, either way of taking other meds. Okay, that's fair. Hydrating shampoo versus moisturizing shampoo, is there a real difference in the need for both? Same thing. Same thing. Just marketing, just different, but they are exactly the same exact thing. So if you see hydrating or moisturizing, it does the same exact thing. Have you heard of jet peel PRP, aka needles PRP? Yes. So I forgot the acronym. Platelet rich plasma. I think that's what it stands for. But I have a whole video on that too. It's in that same video with the Iris Store hair growth technique. So that one is a bit more. I mean, it's a non-invasive treatment, but they pretty much use recycled platelets, like from your blood, to inject it into parts of your scalp that are not growing, to kind of once again wake up the follicles, wake up the hair to start growing. So it is an option, but you have other options too. I would say this: if hair loss is really like, oh my gosh, like I've tried the hair growth oils, nothing is working, I would try derma rolling first with a good hair growth oil, like combine that together. I would try that first, because derma rolling is going to help to once again restart the scalp, restart the hair growth, but it's also going to make that serum, that hair growth oil, penetrate a lot deeper, so it's more effective. So I would try that first. If that does not work, and also you can pair that with the red light therapy. So red light therapy, derma rolling, hair growth oil, all three, that'll be a great advanced hair growth technique. If none of that works, then I would look at PRP for sure. Absolutely. But you should also be looking at any nutritional deficiencies as well in the background too. So yeah. Can I warm the hair tea? Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, sure can. Because typically when I use my hair tea, it's like lukewarm, room temperature, or if I'm drinking it, it'll be cold. But you can absolutely warm it if you want to. What's the best hair grease for medium density 4C hair? Blue Magic may be too heavy for you, so I would use Softy, the Softy brand, Softee. That's what I would use. I love the Shea Pro. Shea Pro is amazing. So good. Thank you for your tips. Have helped my hair so much. You're welcome, Nakia. Does the needle-less PRP give the same results? I would say, when you say needle-less PRP, are you referring to, what's the needle-less PRP? I never heard of the needle-less. Because they all have some level of injection going on here. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about. What nutritional deficiency should I look for from a blood test? I would look for iron. I would look for vitamin D. If you want to go a little bit extensive, I would look for any like deficiencies in your B, like B vitamins, biotin, but definitely iron and vitamin D would be the top two. What about Nature's Blessing or ICT Grow? I've never heard. Oh yeah, I've heard Nature's Blessing. Nature's Blessing is pretty cool. It's more of a hair grease than anything. I tried it before and I didn't really see much growth, but you may see some growth with it, so don't knock it until you try it. I just joined. What do you recommend for hair thinning? Definitely getting your blood levels checked, hydrating herbal hair tea rinse, my tea rinse that helps to reduce excessive shedding and support hair growth. But definitely, getting your iron levels checked for sure, because that's typically a huge culprit, especially for women in our community. Okay, I'm going to go now, because if not, I'm going to keep talking. But I hope you guys found this live helpful. Thank you for being here. My goal, you're welcome. I'm getting some D3K2 now, and I do have PCOS. Thank you again. You're welcome, Ashley. Keep me posted on your results. Yes, this has been so good. We've been on for about an hour and a half. But a lot of great advice and gems were dropped. I will be back next week on Instagram at 7 p.m. on Thursday. So definitely catch me there. What else is going on? That's the biggest thing. Oh, I did an interview earlier this week talking about alopecia, seborrheic dermatitis, and hair loss. So I will be posting that once the people who interviewed me post it. I'll post it here as well. And yeah, I'll definitely see you guys soon. It's okay, sweetest Sadie. I will keep this live up. So you can definitely watch the replay. It's all good. You guys came at the right time because now you guys can watch the beginning and fast forward whenever you want to. Okay. But for real, thank you guys so much. I'm going to get off because I will keep talking. That's my problem. I will keep talking. Once again, for this style, the Honey Dip by The Dew and the Chief Rocka Mousse by The Dew. These two, do. Okay. Oh, and I am due for a product review video very soon. I have not done one of those in a very long time, and I should be talking about like the things that I'm loving right now outside of these two products. So stay tuned for a new product review. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm getting sleep now. Bye. Be blessed. Have a great day. Have a good day. Have a good night. Get some good rest. Say your prayers. Make sure you exfoliate tonight. Get you a good exfoliator in the shower or whatever, okay? And what else? Love on your hair. Speak affirmations. If you haven't moisturized your hair in 3 days, girl or guy, let's do it. Let's moisturize it tonight and seal. What else I got? That's all I got. I'm tired. I'm not tired, but I'm excited. I gotta go because if not, I'm keep talking. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Bye.